as Donald Trump spirals more and more out of control on stages, we've been covering that, of course, he is doing that as well on Truth Social, and now also on, I guess he's back on X, but this will be from Truth Social, where you remember how he talked about the absolutely insane post from Trump claiming that Vice President Kamala Harris's crowds are AI, that she's not actually getting big crowds, this is just fake, okay? And we disproved that rather quickly, and I mean we collectively as media people, everyone quickly could go, wait, but what about all these videos? A lot of people had friends in the crowd who could take videos and prove them wrong. So that was crazy. But so quickly after saying that, he posted AI photos to try to claim he has the support of Swifties. Before showing you that, to quickly go through a few things that we'll look at. We'll look at that. One of the most disgusting things we've seen that he's posted. And then, interestingly, he posted a video of a Trump supporter voicing support for him. And that Trump supporter I've talked to. So I'll show you the conversation with him and then a different video Trump posted. So a lot of stuff to go through. But first, let's start with the Swift-related things. Because I've said it before. You can come after a lot of people. And not upset me, but Swifties? No, sir. Not today. He posted this and responded to photographs by saying, I accept, essentially the endorsement of Swifties. One of the shots is Taylor Swift pointing sort of in the recruitment of military members aesthetic. And it says, Taylor wants you to vote for Donald Trump. That does not seem... I saw someone say, is that illegal? Can you AI someone endorsing a different candidate than they're obviously going to endorse? Then you have this person wearing a Swifties for Trump shirt. And you have a couple more examples of that. A bunch of photos there, just very excited. And as media reports, Trump posts AI photos of Swifties for Trump 1 week after falsely blasting Kamala Harris for faking crowds. So I want you to remember the post from Trump said that it's election interference to use AI to make your crowds look bigger because it's misleading the public. This is trying to convince people that a popular singer and their movement is for Trump when it's not. So is that election interference, MAGA? By your logic. You said Kamala Harris engaged in unlawful behavior by doing something she didn't do because you couldn't handle the fact that she's getting bigger crowds than Trump now. But now you're fine with these wacky photos of Swifties for Trump. That's absolutely crazy. But moving from that, Midas Touch reported, I don't actually want to show you the video because it is gross, but Midas Touch reports Trump posts video implying Kamala Harris performed oral sex for political power. And we've heard this attack all too many times. Trump took to Truth Social Sunday night to post attacks on his political opponents. One of his posted videos was from the controversial Dilly Meme team, a pro-Trump group of meme creators who were behind Trump's Reich video post in May. And there's some background there. Trump's posted video is a parody version of Alanis Morissette's Ironic and starts off with a graphic referring to Kamala Harris as a moron. It also flashed images of President Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, implies Barack Obama replaced Biden with Kamala Harris, takes aim at Harris's laughter with the line, she never thought, just giggles. And then here it says she spent her whole damn life I don't want to read that. That's just gross. It's just so low character. But the attacks we've heard, super sexist attacks, quote unquote, slept to the top, which makes absolutely no sense. She dated one person in the 90s, Willie Brown, then concluded that relationship and went on to win a bunch of elections because people elected her. What are you talking about? And while I would never want this sort of stuff to be coming out of a political campaign, in a sense, it is like, fine, you know what? Keep going with that and you're going to lose because this is not working for you. It's disgusting to decent people everywhere. But that was the lyrics of this spoof song. Moving on from that, Trump also posted, crime in America is out of control. I am going to make it, along with the economy, inflation, strong borders, and energy dominance, my top priority. Crime in America is lower than it was any time under Trump. Crime in America has been dropping like you rarely see it drop in countries. Like we've rarely seen it drop that rapidly in American history. And he's saying crime in America is out of control. And we can address the other parts of that first sentence, but surely you can't win a campaign running on an issue when you're characterizing that issue as the opposite as what the facts show it to be, right? So right now, is it that crime is not a problem and worse of a problem in different areas? No, of course, it's a problem. We want no crime, ideally. So let's keep working. But why on earth would you run a campaign about crime being out of control when clearly the policies of the Biden-Harris administration have been doing great as it pertains to crime because of how rapidly it's dropping from the spike under Trump? It's bonkers. And then he says the economy, that talking point, is also strange given how strong economic performance has been. Inflation, strange given how low inflation now is. Strong borders, strange given that he blocked a once-in-a-generation border bill. And energy dominance, strange given that energy production's higher than it's ever been domestically in the history of our country. So a weird campaign to run when you're running on things that the other administration seems to be doing very, very well with. And I know that's just the facts of the situation, but unfortunately the messaging on those topics or the messaging is effective enough to where a lot of people would think I'm absurd for saying that the administration has been having a really positive impact on those different subjects. But while within each one of those there's real pain, that doesn't justify the exploitation of that pain to mislead people on what the solutions are to it. Trump also posted about the rally he held and was mad that people were posting photos saying that he had a small crowd. That's not super interesting to me because I do want to get on to this. Trump posted a video that said thank you to this gentleman who is apparently a Democrat voting for Trump. And I talked to him some time ago at a rally, and I'll show you that after this.
So you're a Democrat, but you're choosing to vote for Trump this election?
Yes, without question. Both as a Jew and also as a gay man. I'm an activist. I led the opposition to Anita Bryant and Jerry Falwell. I know where Biden is at. I'm not there to support men having babies and homos for Hamas and trans men taking over women's sports. You know, why don't you form your own league? Go international, go Olympic. Disney will pay for it. Why do you have to beat up on the women's community? I don't understand what's going on anymore. The whole thing is out of control. And what does the White House do? They just keep on kissing everyone's behind. That goes with their policy. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
It is unacceptable. Did you support Biden last election?
Nope. Ripping us off. And when you rip us off, you're ripping off Christianity, you're ripping off Islam, you're ripping off everybody. What is your point, Biden? I can't even explain it anymore. I'm so angry.
I'm so angry too. That's why we're out here doing this. One last thing I want to say about though is this is a gay man, Democrat. He's choosing to support Trump in 2024. That's right?
That's it. And not only that, I made bumper stickers that say Trump.
You know, I always find it interesting because at Trump rallies, I'll come into contact with a similar rhetoric that you heard from this guy, which is, oh, no, but I'm more likely to be right, or I'm more interesting for you to hear this from, or I'm unique and special because I'm voting for Trump, but get this, I'm also Jewish, gay, and a former Democrat, or whatever the combination is. I've had black Trump supporters say to me, I bet you wouldn't have expected me to be supporting Trump. I don't really care what your identity is. I still think you're wrong, okay? You can be black, white, gay, straight, trans, cis, former Democrat, lifelong Republican. Regardless, the reasons stand as to why Trump shouldn't be president. So citing that in a way that, by the way, kind of contradicts their I don't care about identity politics thing, right? MAGA says that Kamala Harris is a DEI pick because we dare, with all of her qualifications, to also mention, hey, she'd also be a historic president. Oh, so she must be DEI. You only want her because she's a black woman. Blah, blah, blah. But then often, again, in these conversations and with that guy, they're so pumped to say, no, but I'm a special Trump supporter because I used to be a Democrat. Or I'm a special Trump supporter because I'm gay. I don't care. You're just as wrong as the person next to you who's not of that identity. Here's more of this guy from me. I have come down with an illness. I think I got it at the Trump rally over the weekend. If you want to support the show that comes out in sickness and in health, you can do so by clicking that subscribe button. I think that might help me get better as well. Back to the video. It's a whataboutism.
No, what is it?
It's a logical fallacy when you try to respond to someone's argument, kind of break down someone's argument by just referencing something else separate from the conversation.
Well, you guys do that all the time. You can't talk to...
That was a whataboutism right there.
No, the point is you can't talk to a liberal.
Okay, it gets way better if you... it's been a long time since I watched this, probably don't remember. But isn't that hilarious? I've never seen someone so quickly do the thing that I'm asking them to acknowledge is not logical. You know, whataboutism, you sort of point, you say, no, but what about them? What about their behavior when you're talking about something unrelated to them? And he goes, well, what about Democrat? Yeah, okay. Arguments, a whataboutism.
No, what is it?
It's a logical fallacy when you try to respond to someone's argument, kind of break down someone's argument by just referencing something else separate from the conversation.
Well, you guys do that all the time. You can't talk to...
That was a whataboutism right there.
No, the point is you can't talk to a liberal.
You're talking to one right now.
Don't be silly. I could wrap you around my finger in 2 seconds. The bottom line is...
I don't know what that means.
Okay, what it means is you've been lying so long you don't know how to tell the truth. What it also means is you've staged the entire insanity for so long, you still don't know how to tell the truth. So we're unraveling it. It's like a piece of thread on the sweater.
So do you agree?
Apart and you guys are losing.
Do you agree the Espionage Act outlines certain things you can and can't do with classified material?
Yeah. So why?
And do you agree on an audio? Don't you
The
agree?
same thing for Biden.
Because we don't yet have evidence that he did the same things Trump did.
Not only did he do it, he had no authority to do it as vice president.
He obstructed an investigation.
Declassify anything he wanted as president, but this piece of dreck can't do anything as vice president. Do you understand?
Let's bring the heat down and just let me ask an honest question. In the recording that's been released now, you can hear Trump saying, this is still classified. I could have declassified it as president, but I didn't know.
Okay. He didn't know.
Or didn't no, he did know.
By the
he
way,
did know.
It doesn't matter. He already talked to the FBI months earlier.
He said, give us the documents, give us the documents.
I'll help you. Not a problem. You guys are creating a mountain out of a molehill because you don't want him to run. That's how stupid you are. You're afraid that all of this is going to materialize on a much bigger scale and he gets elected. That's why you guys can't handle it. If you trusted the public with the truth, maybe we would throw this bum in jail finally.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so that was from Pickens, South Carolina. It looks like, and I love the moment when he goes, you can't talk to a liberal. And well, I'm a liberal, talk to me. And he goes, I could wrap you around my finger. What? I wasn't threatening you. I'm just saying you can talk. I'm going to talk with you. We're going to have a conversation. I could wrap you around my finger. Watch it. Yeah, but I remember in this conversation, he kept bringing up, no, well, I'm, a former Democrat. Okay, and then you fell down a social media rabbit hole, and you're just as off the mark as the lifelong MAGA person next to you, or lifelong Republican. I guess what I'm trying to say is you're not special. And you're just as wrong, but it's okay. Like, we'll charge forward. I still love people, regardless of that sort of thing. And we're going to keep trying to make your life better. But, again, that first clip really got on my skin. Because, number one, they're contradicting their own principle. And number two, how does that make your argument any more valid? It doesn't. I can tell you for certain. It is possible to, at once in your life, be a Democrat. And then to Facebook your way into being as detached from these issues as anybody else. or detached from reality on these issues, I should say. And then we don't have time for this, but Trump also posted Tucker Carlson doing a undocumented immigrants can vote segment incorrect. And I do want to show you this photo, just as a little bonus thing that wasn't posted by Trump, but is pretty disturbing. I'm going to quote these directly, not language I normally use on the show, but we've talked about before shirts that are sold that say Joe and the hoe gotta go. And I've asked Trump supporters before, aren't you saying that it's unjustified for people on the left to say that you all are acting because of maybe bigoted intentions or sexist intentions? And the story of MAGA is much more complicated than that, obviously. But I'm saying, if you don't like that people call you sexist, why the heck would you put that on a shirt? Isn't that playing into the stereotype? And now you have shirts like this that say the hoe is just as bad as Joe. And little kids are walking with their family that have those shirts on, and a kid has a shirt on that's that. And the person who posted this said, you know, sexism is taught, racism is taught, bigotry is taught. And it's so sad to see young children being taught that the way you engage with politics is by levying those sorts of attacks. Why is she that word to them? The only reason you could think of is just because she's a woman. That's crazy. It's crazy. And MAGA, I know you don't really care probably at this point what liberals are saying about you, but you can know me. I want to have civil conversations with you. I have civil conversations with MAGA folks constantly. But one of the things you don't like is sort of the deplorable label, right? You feel like you're mischaracterized as having these bad, vile ambitions for the country, and you just want the best for your family. But aren't you just giving the perfect fuel to that argument when you wear shirts like this? Reducing someone in a derogatory way? Disparaging someone in a sexist way? Is that really what you want to show for yourself? And showing the world, oh, by the way, I'm doing this while I'm holding my daughter's hand, or a family member's hand. I don't know if that's a daughter. I'm putting this shirt on my son. It's gross. It's really gross. Let me know what you thought of all that. No, wait. Okay, I have more to say. I just popped in my head. And you want to say that a drag queen show that is fully appropriate and just sort of normal dancing, that threatens the innocence of children, but quote, the hoe is just as bad as Joe doesn't threaten the innocence of children when you're putting that shirt on them? You said that a rainbow t-shirt on a child is grooming a child. This is grooming a child to be hateful and sexist. Okay, now I'm done. Let me know what you thought of that in the comments. Click the join button below if you want to support the work we do, and click the link in the description of this video if you want to donate to the Harris campaign.